Hi guys, this is a project I call Sportwear. The system is developed with intention to be able to calculate whatever amount of item you intend to buy. Okay, in here, once you select any of these checkbox, you enter the total amount you, and you get the total cost right here. And that is without the VAT. If you check they include VAT, click on total again. Now that's the overall total you will be paying. If you uncheck, it shows you without VAT. Okay, and you can also make an order. The system will advise you on how to order and who to pay to. Okay, if you want to reset, just click on reset button. All of the selected items are gone. Okay, enter value there without VAT, with VAT, reset. That's how the system works. You can also click on the exit button. A dialog box will pop up advising you if you really want to exit the system or not. So let me take you to Visual C++ development environment and you'll see how this whole project was put together. Thank you. Welcome to this Visual C++ Sportwear project. This is how the project was actually developed. You can see I named the file Sportwears, and I'm going to click on OK right now. But before then, I've selected window form, my forms application. I just click on OK, and we'll wait for the form to download up. Now that the form is loaded up, I will now set the form about this size. I think that should do it. That's fine. So let me add a group box. I'll be using group box to separate some of my components. On the other hand, I'm using it as a container on its own right. So what I think maybe I should increase the font of everything. Let's delete this group box. Select the form, go to the property, and right here, increase the font size. I will increase the font size to about 12 or maybe 14 as my default, 14 bold as my default. So what will happen is whatever component I now add to the form, we inherit the default font sets. So that is now my default font for this. So for this very group box, I will name that Sport Wear Selection. Okay, within this very group box, I will add, let's say, about 5 option box. Let's say maybe football. I guess you all love football shirts. Okay, we have that in place. The second option box, let's change that to maybe track suit. And followed by maybe polo for those of you who are very rich. It's supposed to be a rich man's sport. And let's look at basketball. Basketball uniform. Yep. Now, hockey t-shirts. Good. Now I have all my sport wears in place. As you can see, the sport wear, they've actually inherited the font specified on this form. So let me make a difference to my group box. So just change the font size to maybe something a little bit larger. Make that about 16. Okay, right. So maybe we should even change the background. Let's change the background. Let's put a bit of color into it. Back color. Let's go for back color. Yeah, why not? Back color. Make that a little bit darker. That's cool. Yeah, that's not too bad. Right. I just noticed spelling mistake right here. Let's correct the football. Football. Where is it? There we are. Good. Right. So I will now add my second group box. I'll be using this group box just to group all the buttons I intend to use. But the first thing is, let me just call it controls. Controls. And then change the back color to application workspace as well. App workspace. Okay. And that's app workspace as well. I have it right here too. As the name, the color is called. The next thing I'll do is get some of my buttons, because this is going to be acting as my control space or control station or whatever. Maybe the very first button there, let me just call that exit. Might as well just copy, hold down your control and drag. Reset or refresh, whatever. Now the next one will be, let's call that total. Okay, I have all my buttons in place. So first thing first, let me double click on this very exit button and get the exit code out of the way. Close this, move this a little bit further, press enter, and that's it right here. Application, okay, exit. No, application exit. Okay, now let me add a couple of codes as well, to just in case if your end user should decide to click on the exit button right there, or just to close the system. So what I'll do is go into the form and use some of the inbuilt events. Let's use form closing. Double click on the form closing, and here is the procedure for form closing. Here I will now declare some variable that will prompt the user to confirm if they actually want to exit the system. So right here I use a conditional statement, which is if message box show. So the system is called sport wear or exit exit sport where equals true. So which means if the end user should choose not to exit the system should just cancel and you're back onto the system, continue your work as usual. Okay, so I'm going to give this a try. So I will now build my program. So guys, if I click on the exit button, and you see that all system down. One good thing about this is if I click on no, I can still continue my work as usual. If I click on yes, the system is down. Okay, let's run the program one more time. The second demonstration is if you click on this close button right here, the system will prompt you to confirm if you really want to exit the system. If you say no, you're back straight into the system. But assuming you say yes, what will happen is the system is down. Okay, that's one good thing about this line of code. It's very good to use to prompt your end user. So let's go into the main project right now. Since the exit button is out of the way, maybe we just take care of the reset button first. Here we have the my reset button. Okay, I am within the reset button procedure area. So the next thing I intend to do is call btn button 1 5 and change the numbers right here 2 3 4 and 5. I will copy these very lines of code, go back to my form, while in my form right here, I might as well set the starting position. Let me make that center so that whenever the program runs, the form will be in center. Then I will now double click on the form. I am within the code view of the form, so form load. Once the form load, I want the following components to, I want them deactivated. Okay, I might as well do the same thing to the total button. See the total button right there? Let me get the name of that very button. It's button 3. So go back to the code view, and in there I will make sure whenever the button is reset, it is not enabled. Let's make that first. Just copy this single line of code and paste it right here for the form load. When I run the program, I need to build it, rebuild, and start debugging. Now I'm running the program. You can see these buttons, the radio buttons, are all unchecked. If I decide to check any of them, I can always reset it. And you see that, guys? Okay, so let's exit the system and complete the rest interface design. For the rest of the interface design, I will now add one more group box. There we go, right there. And this very group box, I might as well extend it. Alright, this very group box, changing back color, change the back color. That's it. The back color is changed. Now the font size, change the font size as well to 16. That's good. Now I will add a label, one label right here, a checkbox. Let's look for a checkbox and one text box right here. And here, that will be my VAT. That's the tax. Include VAT. Include VAT. Okay. So the next thing is, let's just I'll add a little button here, just like an help file, or let's put a question mark on it. If you choose to ask any questions. Okay, it's looking good. So the next thing I would do now is just to declare my variables and get the program into the system, and that'll be all. So, but first thing first, let's change the name up there to maybe buying details, or buying information, or we're buying details. That's all right for now. And here, yeah, that's controls, and maybe one or two more buttons, just if a customer choose to order. Okay, if a customer choose to order, make order. All right. Okay. Okay, let's start with the coding for this help button. So we can just say if message box show column, that'll be okay, and that's it, guys. So I just rebuild the system again. Rebuild. Well, you can see we're in business now. If I click on that, run the program, it's right here. So I'm going to put a bracket right now, and that's it. I've closed my bracket. So sorry about this. I'm just going to rebuild the system, rebuild it one more time. Okay, we're in business now, so just click on this. There we go. Click on my help button right there. Bang. Enter amount required. And check the VAT button right there. You guys see that? That's the VAT box. Okay. So click on OK. Alright, so let's go back to the rest of the program and try to complete the rest of the code. Click on exit. That's fine. Some variable. Let me declare my char. as I'm going to use as the operator to hold whatever information that goes into, or to recognize the content within the radio buttons. Okay, so let me now float the amount as I number, and the second one I can say I number, let's say I tax following variable. So I'm now going to double click on this first object right there. So that would be for my I operator or operations. So in this case, my operation is football IFB. That's the football. Okay, if IFB is selected, then do something. Now maybe just put F for football. F for football. I can now add a comment. Football. Okay. So just do the same thing for the other four. And this would be for the track suit. Here would be, let's change that to track suit. Go to the next one. As for the polo, double click on polo. Wait there now. Just put a P there. That's for polo. Polo suit. Back to the system again. As for basketball, that is a B, and that's for basketball. And one more to go. Next one is the hockey. And that's an H. Okay, now we have all the required data in place. Let's say these variables. I think I may have to change this to something recognizable. Football. I football. I hockey. I basket. Ball. I polo. 1, 2, 3. Have one more to go. And let's check. See. I track suit. Okay. Let's just call that. Yeah, that tastes fine for now. Okay. That's good. Okay, folks. Now let me start with my calculation. Just start with the calculation. So we'll now say using a switch statement. Operation, yeah, enter curly bracket, case first is my football, so let's go for F. So in that case, let's get in touch with the float, try pairs, okay, in text box 1, text color, that would be I football. Okay. Okay. Now what is missing here is something to display the cost of whatever item. So let me just get maybe a list box here. Enter a list box right here, and that's list box 2. I can always reconfigure this list box, change the back color to white, the size first, border style, so it's single, font color is black. Yep, that's cool. That will be our output, or the cost. That's for the cost. Now let's get another label. Let's put another label here to show cost, and just change the name of that. Cost of items, or item cost, or cost of item. Okay, so that's the label for this. I'm just going to delete the content in here. Okay, delete. Good. So the name of that is label 2. So we want label 2 to output our value, or the total. So label 2 equals now the cost of the ball, let's say £4, multiplied by I football dot good. Well, that's the first part of the switch statement completed. I might as well just copy and change. So this will be for hockey, I don't know the cost of hockey. I just put anything there. That's for tracksuit. It's a T. Tracksuit. We have 2 more. That's for polo. And basketball. Basketball right there. So change this to basketball. That's polo. That's for tracksuit. So maybe make this 14 pounds. Polo 12 pounds. Basketball 5 pounds. And change this to 5, 12, 14, 7 right there. That's hockey. Hockey. Good. So I'm just going to now build my program. Let's build it and see. So far there's no error. Let me just run it and see what will happen. Well, before I can get the system to run, I will have to enable the following. Make that true. Yeah. Repeat exactly the same thing here. There we go. Yep. This has been a very long tutorial. Okay. So let me compile it once more. Well, as you guys can see, I've rebuilt the system. There's no error. Run the system. Enter my value right there and select any of these. Click on that, and you guys see that. One thing that might be missing right now is the VAT is not added yet, so that's excluding VAT, so we will need to add VAT to that. Okay guys, you see how easy it is. So let's check out of polo. It's 0. There's something wrong somewhere, so I need to check that. So baseball, basketball, sorry, hockey, yeah, tracksuit works, football is fine, but the polo shirt, oh, it's working. Maybe I didn't click properly. Okay, it all works. Okay guys, so the program is running as expected. Actually put finishing touches. Okay, get the VAT part of it to work just like the other ones. And the other thing is the reset button is not working yet. Okay, it's now, didn't clear that. This is now clear. The total is locked until I click on one of these. That will enable that. Okay, reset. The make order is now working. Exit works as required. You can see that if I click on yes, and that's it. System out. The rest part of the code. So if I enter data into the system again, click on total, what you see is the total without the VAT. But if I select the VAT now and click on total, you can see it. That's the final total with VAT. Uncheck without VAT, check with the VAT. Okay, so if you intend to make order, click on that order That's what you get. Brief information telling you the method of payment. Okay, and when you click on that, payment to be made to me, well, you guys can send me some money. And reset, the reset button is working as expected. You can see all of this radio button out, and quantity out, total, item costs clear, and the VAT is cleared as well. So if I click on exit button, you see that the exit button works as expected. And if I say no, nothing happened. Click on exit button, yes, I would like to exit the system. Okay, and that's it, guys. So if you have any use for these codes, I have the source code link within my share drive. If you send a request, I will forward the link to you guys. So you all have a nice day now. Thank you.